What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Brattyharp, and if you guys hear a lawnmower, I apologize. My grandpa is like, I'm gonna go mow the lawn while everyone's doing stuff inside. Oh, so yeah, he's like literally right close by my door, so right close by my window. So I apologize. Welcome everybody. This is a series that I have personally not done on my channel for about almost a year now. I've been thinking how I wanted to do it. I've been wanting to keep bringing it back, but I just didn't know how I wanted to do it. I think I finally figured out how I want this to go. So this series, I'm welcome to bring back Harp News. Harp News is back. This was a series that I used to pick 3 topics and talk about it. I'm gonna kind of bring it down a little bit and try picking one topic. That way I can push more out. How Harp News is gonna work now is I'm gonna talk about some trailers. I'm gonna try to find some articles about the game to figure out, like, to talk more about the game. If the game is pushed back, if there's a new game coming, if there's some leaks about a certain game, or you know, I'm gonna try talking as much as I can. Now, the only problem is I'm probably only gonna post one like a week. I might post like a couple that day or whatnot. First one here, and this is what I kind of decided to bring this back about, is Star Wars. Recently, EA was doing this EA Plays 2020, which of course now with the whole virus going around, everyone has to do stuff online. But for EA's Play 2020, they talked about a game called Star Wars Squadron. So I have the trailer here. I'm going to talk about the trailer a little bit. Then I have some articles that I kind of want to talk about. So let's delve into it. I watched this trailer and I literally was just like, this is loud. But yeah, so this game looks very, very cool. Kind of showing off like a little bit of like
Star Wars Squadrons.
I don't want to say gameplay footage.
Single-player story spanning 2 factions.
All stations, fire on that ship!
And master multiplayer battles as a squadron of 5. With the option to play the entire game in VR.
Now, that's one thing I want to pause about. Playing the whole entire game in VR. That's awesome. That's amazing. I think that's going to bring like a lot of people that enjoy playing VR or enjoy just playing VR games over like computer games. And I think, you know, the way that they're building this game is, what I've been reading is that it's basically going to be like, you know, you're stuck in a ship. You get to see the ship's hub and stuff. And there's an article that I read that it's only going to be in first person. So you only get to see like your hub and stuff, which, you know, I don't have a problem with. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I know some people rather have a third person. Maybe they'll add it on a little bit later on, but I know the reason why they're probably doing this is just the fact that they want to make it a little bit easier for VR, because VR is going to be played in, you know, first person. So this comes out, I think, in October of this year. So I don't think there's going to be a version on the new systems. I think it's just going to be on the current systems that it's on right now.
Where you'll play as 2 combat pilots.
So yeah, you'll get to pick 2 combat pilots. So you get one for the Imperial and then one for the Rebel. You get to customize the character that you want to use. But there's one thing I'd like that they're going to talk about here in just a second that I think will make this game very, very amazing to play.
Flying for both the Empire and the New Republic.
So right there they talked about you'll be able to fly for both. So I'm not sure if they're meaning like, you know, you get to pick one. So if you want to fly for the Rebels or if you want to fly for the Imperial, you play throughout that the whole entire game. If they do it that way, I'm personally not going to enjoy it as much. I'll probably still play the game. I'll probably buy it for multiplayer so I can play with one of my friends. If they do it in a way where it's like, you know, you do a couple missions with the Imperial and then you switch over to the Rebels, you do a couple missions with them, or you do one mission, then you go and you just keep switching back and forth. I think that's a great way to be able to play 2 different characters and see how like each side is different. But there's one thing I have a problem with, that is if they're going to go on that route, because they say in the trailer that you'll be able to play as both facts. Let's say the Rebels and destroy a Star Destroyer. Will that infect the Imperials, or will it just be like, you know, you do something with the Rebels, that's their mission, that's done. It doesn't do anything with the Imperial. The Imperial has a set of missions that they do, and the Rebels have a set mission that they do. I think it'd be very, very cool if they do something where it's like you're playing as Rebels and you blow something up, or you destroy a bunch of Imperial stuff, that the Imperial get upset and now they go and destroy your stuff, and then there's just this whole big battle. I think that's going to make the game a whole lot more fun, and I think it could make the game rated better. I don't know. We'll have to see what they do or if they talk more about it. But yeah, I think having that faction of doing something as a Rebel should affect doing affect the other faction. Should affect Imperials. Same with the Imperials do something, it should infect the rebels. So I think this is really cool because I think it will give you more of, instead of just flying around just shooting at people and then like your ship catches on fire and then you blow up, this gives you a lot more that you have to look for. And like I said, it's more friendly for VR, but I'm gonna have to start paying attention to my lasers. Oh, I overheated my lasers. Now I have to look out, oh, my ship's at 50%. I have to like start dodging and stuff and looking at your sensors. So I think it will give you more of a more strategic way of watching your gauges.
Most flexible and versatile, able to handle any situation. Interceptors are fast and highly maneuverable.
Let's get them.
Ideal for hunting down your opponent's starfighters.
That was kind of fun.
Support ships can keep allies safe and stocked up, as well as disrupting enemy fighters.
Light him up. Nice.
Bombers are the heavy hitters, able to deal devastating damage to enemy flagships and starfighters.
Right there, they're talking about the 4 classes. So you got the fighters, interceptors, support, and bombers. They gave 4 different types of classes that you can play, and each class has like a certain way that they play and they move. So I'm not sure if they will add more certain ships to those classes, or if they're just going to be the 8 that you see are going to be the ones that you are allowed to play. Now, a little bit later on in the trailer, they talk about customize, which I think is what they're going to talk about here. They talk about customizing your ship, which is going to be kind of cool. So you get to make like your ship how you want it.
Customized. I'll take care of it.
So here they're talking about the customization, so you can change color, you can change your pilot.
Simply by playing the game. From cosmetics to an arsenal of over 50 components that
all the components that you can get for your ship, so you can get like turret mines, seeker mines, let's see, some light hills, and so you get all these other weapons that you can put on your ship to customize your ship. Now I'm not sure if like all of these customizations that you can, or these components that you can put onto your ship, if they will be for every ship. If you're using your support, you don't have like your stuff that would work for your bomber class on your support class, because that wouldn't make any sense at all. You want to improve your support class to support, not to be deal damage.
First up, dogfights. This is an all-out 5v5 battle.
Brattyharp 5, that was the best!
Fine-tune your loadouts to work as a team.
Moving in on the enemy.
Utilize components like tractor beams, turrets, and mines to slow down your opponents or set up your squad mates for the kill.
I'm gonna guess like dogfights are gonna be more of just like 5 against 5. Now I'm not sure, because they really don't say if there's gonna be like multiple teams of 5, or if there's gonna be like just 5 versus 5. So there's you and 4 others versus 5 other people. But dogfights are gonna be more of just, you know, dodging, shooting, trying to blow people up, trying to fight the people. So they're gonna be more of like the team deathmatch of the game, where you just kind of go after each other, fight each other, trying to take each other down.
For teams looking for an even greater challenge, it's time to prove yourself in Star Wars Squadrons' signature mode, Fleet Battles. Fleet Battles are multi-stage conflicts. Whether playing solo or with friends, you'll have the option to compete against other players or AI as a squadron of 5.
Don't worry, I got him for you.
Meet your team in the social hub to solidify strategy.
If you guys ever played like the Star Wars Battlefront series, where they give you a bunch of stuff that you have to attack on the ship, so you have to like take down a certain amount before you can get into the ships. You have to get into the ships. Now, this is all going to be based on, you know, space battle. So there's not going to be getting out of the ship and trying to like blow up their ship, but there will probably be stuff that you're going to have to blow up on the ship's outsides and stuff. But they do show, this is one thing I actually enjoyed about this trailer, is that they're going to have like a little hub where you can kind of communicate with your team and stuff. I think the game could be very, very fun. I think if they do it right and they add a bunch of mechanics to it, I think the game's going to be a blast. I think it's going to be something that people play. Now, the other thing when I was watching that, and you know EA loves their microtransactions. And in my opinion, I can't see them doing like a loot box system, since it's going to be cosmetics. But I did come across this article on PC Gamer, and basically what they're stating is that Star Wars Squadrons will have 0 microtransactions. So basically that means no loot boxes, no season pass, none of that. It's all going to be just playing and progressing through the game. Now, we know EA. We know that when they came out with Star Wars Battlefront 2, there was going to be no microtransactions. There was going to be like nothing. And then what happened like a week or a month later? They added into the game. So it's EA. I wouldn't doubt if they do some type of microtransactions. Now, they might not do a loot box, but they might do like a season pass. It does look like a lot of companies are going away from the loot box system and going more for like a marketplace where you can buy certain like cosmetics, or you can get the season pass. There's a free one or there's the paid one, which will allow you to pay $10 and get the season pass, work through how many of your tiers that they have, and then unlock the certain stuff that they have in there. If they choose not to do zero microtransactions, good, awesome. It's a great way for people to be like, oh, EA is not playing around. They might be changing their ways. But like I said, it's EA, and EA likes to state that this is what they like to do. They like to put that on. But yeah, so basically in this article, they say, we've noted in our recent looks at the Star Wars Squadrons that while the game will have two kinds of unlockable cosmetics and modifications. So, of course, it's just going over that there's going to be unlockables, there's going to be cosmetics, and there's going to be modifications, which the two cosmetics and modifications, EA, of course, that'd be something that they would just somehow turn into a loot system. But here it says, EA has commented on the presence of microtransactions in their games. And this is kind of just what they said. Our mindset has been very old school. Motive Studios, which is the company behind making the game. Ian Fraser told Game Informer, we're trying to say within this game that we have a 40 price point. So that probably is going to mean that the game is only going to be $40 and that's it. There's going to be no microtransactions. There's going to be no loot boxes. There's going to be nothing. But if the game doesn't sell well, EA, I would not doubt, puts their greedy hands into the freaking pot of $40 and adds some way that they can make extra money. Now, they might not. I'm just saying, but it's hard to go off of what EA has done in the past. We want to feel genuine to the players, and we want it to feel like a complete experience. Like, you gave us $40. Here's a game that you will love, and thank you. That's it. So right there, he's just saying that the game's going to be $40. That's it. We're not asking any more. That's it. We just want the $40 and you enjoy the game. Now, will the game just be that $40 and then you just get whatever is based in the game? Is there going to be DLC? Are they going to just give free DLC updates? Are they going to force people to pay for the updates? I don't know. It doesn't really say in this article. We really don't know behind EA. Going through more of the article, to read not present in the live service is a pretty vague and open-ended statement. Fortunately, Squadrons writer Mitch Dreyer weighed in on the matter, and he was considerably clear about it. He did tweet about saying 0 microtransactions, which he capitalized every word and probably was yelling at his screen. So he probably is very serious about 0 microtransactions. Now, do we know for sure if Motive is actually fully creating the game and EA has stepped back and said, we're not going to do anything? You guys make a game, make it $40, and that's all we want. Or are they going to step in and be like, oh, wait, we need to make more. This game isn't making as much money as we thought it would make. How can we make it to get more money? There's another thing that I'm going to say here. Even if there is no microtransaction in this game, they were stating that there's going to be more to come for the Star Wars franchise, that they are working on more Star Wars games. So, just because this one doesn't have microtransactions might mean another one is filled with microtransactions. Now, of course, EA makes a buttload of money. Is a couple of games that they make from Star Wars or any other games that they make, will they be affected by not adding microtransactions? No. They're going to be completely fine because, like I said, they make tons of money. And, their sports games are going to probably fill that within 2 weeks of, this game coming out or whatnot. Like I said, I want to say this. It is still possible that Star Wars Squadrons could have microtransactions added at some point after release. But as far as the state of the game at launch is concerned, that is about as arbitrary as you can get. So basically what they're saying right here is, You know, the games are going to come out. It's not going to have microtransactions. And if I remember right, that's the way that Star Wars Battlefront 2 went. They came out, there's no microtransactions. Then, like, I think a month or so later, they added microtransactions. It was garbage. It was hard to even get, like, the heroes of the game. You couldn't play as Luke Skywalker without getting, like, a bajillion points, and then the game would end when you would get them. So the fact that they're saying no microtransactions, does that mean that it's going to be at launch? Probably not. Will it come on about a month later on? Yeah, probably. I would not doubt that. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know, really, do you guys think that EA is actually going to stick with their no microtransactions, or do you think EA is really going to be like, nope, we got to add microtransactions right now, right here, right then, or do you really think they're not? I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comments down below, and who knows, your comment might be showing up at the end of the next Harp news. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next one.